Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to talk about the physical price of stress and what's happening inside your body. Have you been experiencing stress for a while? If you are like my life, there was chronic stress. It started as a child and it built up and built up and built up. My life was not one small stress, it was tons of them. Tons and tons and tons of them. Some of the stress is related to trauma, some to abuse, some to life. And the stress from trauma in my life ended up compounding in my body, sort of frying out my central nervous system to where eventually my whole body began to shut down. That is when I started to learn about the mind-body connection and what kind of toll that stress can actually take on your emotional and physical health. So as my work progressed deeper and deeper for my own healing journey, I began to learn how the impacts of stress, the impact of my thoughts, the impact of my words, and the impact of my actions were all taking a toll on my, not only my mental health, but also my physical health. And as things progressed on my journey, I also learned all kinds of amazing techniques to start to recalibrate not only my mind, but also my body. You see, I believe that your physical body sort of acts as a memory foam mattress to everything you've ever experienced in your life. And even if you don't remember it, your body does. Your body just continues to rack up these points. It's like a point system that's not very fun. It continues to rack up these points in your life. And unless you know how to release these things from the body, they end up becoming what I like to call splinters. And the splinters kind of remain dormant in the body until they start to whisper. And they might be like, hey, there's an issue over here. And that shows up. Maybe you have a headache, or maybe you just don't feel well, or maybe you feel a lot of anxiety, or maybe you feel depression. It starts out as a little whisper. And then I like to say it starts to knock, like those symptoms starts to get louder and louder and louder. And then maybe it starts to yell, and maybe at that point it becomes urgent. And then maybe it really starts to scream, and that is when you may end up in some kind of an emergency or some kind of disease or dis-ease that's been diagnosed for you. So this is how my journey started into this holistic path that I've now been on for a very long time. My health started really deteriorating in around 2002. And I began getting one diagnosis after another until I had an entire spreadsheet that I was keeping up with. There were so many prescriptions that I had been given that the pharmacy literally knew me by face and by voice. I didn't even have to tell them it was me when I called on the phone, or when I pulled up to the drive-through window, they knew it was me immediately. This is not how I wanted to live my life. Now, I take 0 prescriptions and 0 over-the-counter medications, and I only just restarted supplements in this past, I'd say in the past 6 months. Now, it is now 2024. I am 59 years old, and considering where I was, that is a huge accomplishment. All of the patterns of stress in my life took such a toll on my body that my body was having a hard time healing. Can you relate to any of this that I'm saying? Are you having these experiences? Have you been dealing with chronic stress? What kind of impact has it had on your body? Have you started to see emotional symptoms like depression and anxiety? Have you started to see physical symptoms like challenges with your stomach, challenges with going to the bathroom, challenges with headaches, any number of things? What kind of physical symptoms or emotional symptoms are now showing up for you? And is it due to chronic stress? Here's another tip. I have come to understand on my journey that I can trace the root cause to every bit of it to childhood. That's true. And the thing about it is, what happens is it sort of sits dormant, like I said, from childhood, and then different things, life circumstances start building up, building up, building up, building up. And before you know it, you've got a full-on shitstorm going on that is out of control. And it may look like it was triggered in the now, and it may be triggered in the now, but that's not the original root. So all of this is part of the work that I do as your holistic alchemist. Hi, I am Tammy Coyne. I am now taking free consultations for people who would like to dive deeper into the holistic world. Is my work right for you? Are you right for it? I will put a link in the description, giving you a link to schedule your consultation, and we can talk further. It's about an hour call. We spend about an hour together deciding if we're a good fit, finding someone who can help you navigate your journey is huge, and I don't take that lightly. I saw so many doctors, and I went through about 30 years of traditional counseling to the point I was like, what, isn't there someone who can help me? Isn't there some way to actually heal my body without it being another diagnosis and another prescription? And I began to dive full into the holistic world, and now I am a holistic practitioner. I am what's called an intuitive strategic transformation coach. And as your holistic alchemist, I can help you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. See you in the next video. This is Tammy Coyne. Have a great day. Bye-bye.